Hello, I'm Georgina Flukes. I'm the head teacher at Warden Hill Primary School, and I'm delighted to do this message to all of you, to all our new children starting from September 2020. I'm really sorry that we're not able to meet with you all in person. However, I'm hoping that this video, along with the messages from Miss Rand and Miss Weir, will give you a really good sense of what our school is all about. I'm sure that many of you remember when you came on the tour around our school that we talked very passionately about our school houses of Leach, Colne, Windrush and Churn. Our children will join each of these houses in September, and really they're joining that bigger, wider community of our school. Our houses are like our lifeblood that run through us, and an awful lot of the curriculum we offer and the extra wider curriculum is done through our school houses. Alongside our school houses, our school values, belong, explore, succeed, underpin everything that we do at Warden Hill. These values were carefully constructed with our wider school community of parents, governors and our staff, as well as our children, and we feel they really sum us up as a school. Our EYFS team have worked relentlessly hard over the last year, redefining our curriculum, bringing our school values to underpin that learning as well. Our children will have lots of different opportunities when they come to our school, and we're very excited on the journey that they will start. Miss Rand and Miss Weir have been in touch with the preschool settings. They've taken all the information and they've based the class splits on friendships, on their date of birth, on gender and any other additional needs that the children may have. These classes are now set and they won't be changed, and we found out through years and years of doing this that actually it always works out for the best, and I'd ask you for your support in this matter. Thank you. So that's just a little snapshot from me. I really am very excited to welcome you properly when we can to our school and look very much forward to meeting all our children. I'm now going to hand over to Miss Rand, who's going to take you through the Welcome to Warden Hill information booklet.
We're really looking forward to welcoming yourselves and the children in September, and the aim of this video is to give you an insight into how we work in reception. It's very much a partnership, working together to help with that transition between nursery and starting school, more so important this year. We're going to be talking about some of the key things that are important to help with that transition, including preparing for school, some of the daily routines and first day of school, as well as a little bit about learning in the foundation stage. There are two main things that we're going to be referring to, which will be available on the website under Information Admissions Reception 2020. The first thing that I want to talk about is this little booklet, and this is a story going through a day in the life of a reception child, specifically at Warden Hill, and it's told through the perspective of Noah, who used to be in reception, and it goes through a typical day, and it has photographs of some of the key areas within the school where the children hang their coats up, lunchtime, playtime, and this is actually already on the website. If your child is feeling a little bit worried or has questions about school, then this is something that you can refer to, but also it's to be used to get them really excited about starting school. To help with the familiarity of the school environment and building, we have created a virtual tour illustrating the journey from the infant entrance onto the playground and into the classrooms. And the classrooms may look a little bit different to how they would in September, but we wanted to give the children a feel of what the inside space looks like, where they'd hang their coats, the toilets, where they'd eat their lunch. This will be available on the website under the Reception 2020 page from the 15th of June. And also, because unfortunately this year we're unable to hold the play sessions where the children come in, and we are going to be putting on the website on the 22nd of June a selection of story time videos and singing videos where the children can sing along and to help them familiarise themselves with us. I said that we were going to refer to two main things in this video, and the second thing that we're going to refer to is this welcome booklet. Now this has got everything that you need to know about starting school in September, and this will be available on the website from the 15th of June. Due to recent changes, we will now have school uniform, welcome packs and class lists with who your child's teacher is going to be for next year, available for you to collect on Thursday the 2nd of July rather than us delivering to you. But there'll be more information about that, and we'll put a note on the Reception 2020 page on the website.
I'm now going to talk to you a little bit about the routine of our school day. It's really important to establish a routine for school days, and it will really help your child to settle in well at our school. You might need to leave a little extra time to help your child become more independent when getting ready for school in the morning. Equally, arriving to school on time is important for many reasons. It helps to give the children a really positive start to the day and allows them to communicate with their friends and peers on the playground before the whistle blows, which is really important. Lining up by the gate might be daunting for the first few times, but coming early to school or coming on time to school will only help this process. After school, it would be really fantastic if you could make some extra time to chat about your child's school day, to help any anxieties or worries, be really positive about school and discuss it as a positive experience rather than a negative one. Be prepared to collect some very tired children at the end of the day, especially for the first few weeks. As you know, lots of sleep at night will only help their transition. So, independence. On page 8 in your information pack, there are a list of things that it will be very helpful for your child to be able to do by the time they start with us. But please be reassured, we do not expect every child to be able to do every single thing on the list. If your child can do some of those things on the list by the time they come to us in September, that would be brilliant. As a guide, we've outlined the 6 main ways that you can help your child with their transition to school. The first one is paying attention. As you know, practicing following instructions and asking them to repeat back what you've said could be a really useful activity for your child. The second one is different physical demands. Children will be sitting for short periods of time at school, so ensuring they could do this would be great. The third one is level of noise. As you know, classrooms can be noisy sometimes. They need to practice being really good listeners, so they can look at the person speaking, keep their hands and feet still, hear what the person said and think quietly about it. Number 4 is asking for help. Encourage them to ask questions for clarity, and this should be seen as a really positive thing. Number 5, unfamiliar routines. For example, the children will be working with new children that they've never met before and they will have to take turns, etc. And number 6, finally, unfamiliar adults. Your child will be working with a range of adults in their first year at our school, but please be reassuring, we aren't that scary. On the school website, available on the Reception 2020 page from the 15th of June, there will be a tracker called The Road to School, which talks about the skills to help the children prepare for school. It's a very useful and visual guide for parents and children, and it allows the children to be involved with their transition process and helps them to know what exactly they need to be able to do by the time they come to us. Starting school can be a daunting experience for children. On page 11, we've included a selection of books that should help to introduce the concept of them beginning school. We've also included some of our reception staff's favourite books that help to develop early rhyming, storytelling, sequencing of events and number skills. I'm sure you'll either have read or heard of lots of these stories before. Another thing that will help their transition will be the Home to School link form. The form helps us to find out about your children, for example, what they like and dislike. This should be completed along with all the other forms by the 24th of June. And if you have any problems with returning your forms, please email admissions@Warden Hill and they'll be more than happy to help. So, we've listed some tips to encourage early maths, early reading and early writing skills. For maths, I won't go through all of them, but it's really important to do lots of counting and identifying numbers when you see them out and about on signs, for example. Lots of these things are incidental and they do not require any preparation. They are everyday things and I'm sure you're doing lots of them already. For reading, the pre-reading stage is so important for these children and all of the things on this list will help them with it. Discussing, reciting and singing with rhymes or rhyming patterns is a vital skill and will really help your child. Things like looking at pictures and predicting what might happen next in the story are also key. For writing, again, there are lots of skills that we've included. One of the most important ones for writing, which we'd really like them to be practicing, is when they write their name, encourage them to use a capital letter at the beginning of their name and lowercase letters for the rest.
I'm going to talk briefly about the first day of school and aspects of the daily routine. We're really excited to meet the children in September and we've already spoken to preschool settings about the children as part of the transition process. The format of starting dates has changed dramatically compared to previous years linked to the pandemic. Therefore, we wanted to plan a transition to ensure that the children settle into school life as quickly as possible. So by coming into school in smaller birth groups and starting full time quicker than in previous years will really help to foster and build those positive relationships with our adults and their peers and get them used to a school day routine more quickly. You have had a timetable of dates and times to when the children are starting school, and all of that information is also on page 15 of the welcome booklet on the induction programme pages. All children will be in on the first day of the new term on Wednesday the 2nd of September. Whatever time the children are in, we will be at the infant gate ready to welcome you and then direct you onto the playground and show you where the classrooms are. If your child is in for the 9 a.m. session, the infant gates open from 8:30 and the whistle is blown at 8:55. So you are welcome to come onto the playground within these times, and it might be helpful to get there a little bit earlier, particularly on your child's first day, to try and avoid the school morning rush. For pickup, when the children are in for the hour-and-a-half sessions, we will bring the children to you at the infant gate due to playtimes and lunch times. However, when they are in for their full day and then full time thereafter, you will be able to access the playground and pick and collect them from the infant classroom gates. On the first day, you are welcome to come in with your child. We understand that sometimes the children are feeling a little bit anxious, might be a little bit upset. That is absolutely fine. In previous years, it does work best that once they're generally settled, that you say your goodbyes and then come back after the hour and a half. Once they are confident to come into school independently, we would encourage that you leave them at the gate just to help with them coming in and settling quickly and helping us start our school day smoothly. So moving on to parts of the daily routine, children will receive school milk up until the age of 5. If you want your child to have milk once they have turned 5, then there is a cost, and this is sorted through Cool Milk. Information linked to this is on page 17 of your welcome booklet, and if you don't want your child to have milk at all, if you could let us know, that would be great. But as I said, there's a little to-do list on page 17. With regards to lunches, infants are entitled to the government's universal free school meals, and this means that the government provide a hot dinner for every child in reception, year 1 and year 2. Please see your welcome letter from the office regarding the online application for free school meals, and again, all of this information is on page 17 in your welcome booklet. Our hot lunches are prepared and cooked on site by Caterlink, and there will be a menu of daily choices available on their website, but also we will send home a menu with your child in September. Each morning your child will choose a lunch option that they would like, and if your child would prefer to have a lunchbox, again, that's absolutely fine, but we would ask that none of the items contain nuts, as we do have children in school who have severe nut allergies. Some parents have already been in touch with regards to food allergies, intolerances, other allergies, asthma, and appropriate forms have been sent. If you haven't let us know, then please do, and if anything changes throughout the year, then it's important to keep us updated. Now on to a little bit about learning in the foundation stage. On September the 10th, we have a curriculum evening that you are invited to, and the date for this is on the induction programme pages of the welcome booklet, and it was also on the initial letter that you received. It's a really valuable hour talking about how we learn in reception, and communication between you and us. I'm not going to go into lots of detail about the learning now, as you've got lots of information to take in, but on pages 18 to 20 there is some information about learning in the foundation stage and the different areas, and that the children are working towards an early learning goal for each of the 17 areas of the curriculum by the end of the year. We use Tapestry, an online learning journey, to as one aspect of recording your child's learning. Some of you might already be familiar with it from nurseries and preschool settings. There'll be more detail about how we use Tapestry and how you can use it to support your child's learning at the curriculum evening. But on Wednesday the 15th of June there will be a letter on the website going over a few more details, and then on the 6th of July there will be Tapestry guides and demonstration available, as well as we will be sending activation emails for your child's accounts.
I'm now going to talk to you a little bit about our school uniform. If you've ordered uniform before the 1st of June, it will be available to collect on the 2nd of July from school. I'm sure that you know what our uniform consists of, and the fine details of it are on page 21 of your booklet. I'll just mention that there's been a slight change to the bows that can be in hair. They can now be blue and black. We have 4 houses at our school, which are Windrush, which is red, Leech, which is blue, Churn, which is green, and Colne, which is yellow. And the children are usually in the same house as their sibling, if they have one. We would like the children to keep their PE kits at school for the whole week, and we usually send them home at the end of term to be washed. Again, I go back to the importance of independence, and it would be great if the children could practice putting their uniform on, doing their buttons up, putting their shoes on the correct feet, and doing the zips up on their coats, and undressing and dressing for PE and all of those kind of things. We will provide your child with a water bottle with their house colour on it, and they look really nice. But if you'd prefer, you can use your own water bottle, and that's fine as well. Again, these water bottles will be available at our curriculum evening on the 10th of September. When thinking about what your child needs to bring to school every day, the children need to bring their book bag, they need to bring a coat, which should be waterproof and warm in winter and lightweight in summer, and a water bottle. We'd also love it if the children could bring a pair of wellies that are permanently kept at school to support any outdoor learning opportunities that we might want to do. I'll now briefly discuss some of our health and safety measures for Warden Hill. We require telephone numbers for adults so that if children are poorly, we can reach somebody swiftly. If children are sick or they have diarrhoea, they should be off for 48 hours from the last time that they were sick, etc. If they become ill at school, we will phone somebody to pick them up. With regard to the other areas of health and safety, such as medication, accidents and holidays, this information is detailed within the booklet on page 5. As I mentioned previously, in your initial welcome letter, there are a list of forms that need to be completed. These were also in the welcome booklet as well. Again, please could these forms be returned by the 24th of June. If you have any problems completing these forms, please email the original email address that was given to you on your first welcome letter.
The last thing I want to talk about is this exercise book, and this is a holiday diary for you to complete with your child over the holidays. It doesn't have to be completely full, and there will be a little explanation inside, but the idea is that it can have photographs, artwork, drawings, sentences about some of the things that you've written in that you've done with your child, and on the first day they'll bring it to school, and then they can share it with their teachers and their peers, and it gives them the confidence to talk about something that's familiar to them. And they love coming in and talking about their family and the things that they have done. You'll be able to pick this up along with a uniform, personalised postcards, and your child's class list with the teacher that they are going to be having next year. As we mentioned at the beginning of the video, on Thursday, the 2nd of July, and we will, as we mentioned again, make sure that there is information about this on the Reception 2020 page on the website. We have covered lots of information in this video, and everything that we've talked about and more is all in the welcome booklet, which, as we've mentioned, will be available on the website on the 15th of June, that you can then read through at your leisure. As I said at the beginning, it's very much about working together to provide that smooth transition and settling your child into school. If you have any questions before September, then please email the admissions email address that was in your initial letter, and if you would like to discuss anything throughout the year, we have very much an open door policy, so please don't hesitate to ask. We're really looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday the 1st of September at our official welcome in person, hopefully, and then the children on the 2nd of September.
So I'd like to finish now with a thank you for listening to all of this. I know there's an awful lot of information that has been delivered to you, but you have the booklets, you can go back through them, and as Ms Miranda said, please don't hesitate to get in contact with us if there's anything else that you would like us to answer. I very much look forward to welcoming you to our school in September, and here's to a brilliant working partnership over the next 7 years. Thank you.